And I think what is kind of interesting, though, obviously, I don't think most women want to date serial murderers, right? Or like a murderer or an assassin. But I do think it is sort of like an indicator of like sort of a lower level like female psychology when it comes to attraction to not necessarily men who are murderers, but men who are the bad boy archetype. Much more women are attracted to this archetype. True. And so on a lower level, I find this interesting. And you don't really encounter this to the same degree in men. And so I wonder kind of why. Maybe, Andrew, you have some thoughts. Maybe, Eric, you do too.
Absolutely. Andrew, you want to take it?
All right, go ahead, man.
I mean, that's a lot of reasons, but I think, the media has a lot to do with it. Over the last 30, 20 years, I think I think women are always attracted to a guy with the edge. I think that's always been innate in women. They always look for the man that shows some type of dominance. But I think through the media, through music, through films, they have definitely propelled the image of the criminal and made him look like the epitome of manhood to a lot of women, especially if you grow up in the inner city. So a lot of times women can't, they accept that irrationality as bravado when it's really just the dude is a little slow. He don't know how to express himself through his thoughts and his mind, so he got to express it with violence. And when they meet a guy that's more articulate or know how to diffuse the situation more amicably, they might attribute him as being soft. Like I said earlier, like the type of men that women date often dictate how they view you as a man or lack thereof. So I just think the media and just the mainstream culture has kind of clouded the mind of not just women being attracted to men, being attracted to those type of men, but young men wanting to be those kind of men as well. So I think it comes a lot comes from that.
Yeah, I do have a bit of a different take. I think that women like violence just as much as men do. I think they enjoy violence. I think that even when it comes to what they report, when it comes to sexual intercourse, they like it when men are rough with them. They like to be dominated. They like those forms. And so I think that women enjoy violence. I think that they enjoy the power dynamic of violence. I think that because of that, there's an attraction. Rollo Tomassi talks about this. He calls it the dark triad traits. Whether or not that's true or not true, what is true is that men and women both really like violence. We're really drawn to violence. We enjoy watching it. We watch action movies. We like suspense that has violence in it. If there's violence in society, we're enjoying it, and that's part of human nature. And so I think that women who enjoy powerful men and often enjoy being dominated by powerful men are attracted to those traits.
Yeah, I agree. I think you're right, Andrew. I believe women are darker than they let on, and they're darker than society tells us. And like, you don't know until you know. Like, women are definitely into a lot of dark. Most women I meet ask me to like be physical with them in certain ways when we intimate. Like, they'll take my hand and put on their neck.
Well, what are the popular movies, bro? Like 50 Shades of Grey, right?
Yeah.
Various things like this. If you look at The Handmaid's Tale, women report that they even have arousal watching The Handmaid's Tale, where the woman is forced into a subservient role as a pregnancy factory. So the thing is like, no, I don't really believe this kind of idea of the princess woman who is just a nice, angelic being until a man comes along and corrupts her with his evil, violent, lunatic tendencies. No, I think the opposite. I think that women are just as prone to enjoy violence as men are. And in some ways, they enjoy it in a different way. Instead of being violent, in some ways, they enjoy domination that men do not enjoy from other men. So that's there's like a bunch of complexity here when it comes to the intersexual dynamics and violence.
Remember that poll you put up a couple weeks ago? Valid confirmed all of that. I don't know if y'all seen it, but we looked up.
Well, just look at the sexual fantasies that they have. They have sexual fantasies of being dominated, sexual fantasies of,
but I think that goes both ways.
Being essayed. It's like it's insane. Like, men don't have sexual fantasies of being essayed. They just don't have them ever. But definitely that's high on the scale for a reported sexual fantasy for women. So I do think that they are attracted to this, and I think that it has to do with power. In many ways, it actually makes sense. A man who's extremely dangerous is probably a man who can really protect you very well. So you could be very good at verbal jousting, verbal combat, something like this, and maybe defuse situations like you're talking about. And perhaps there's some women who find that attractive, but also let's just assume for a second that you can remove all of that. So you go, okay, yeah, this guy's really good at talking, but he can't talk when I break his fucking jaw, right? So the thing is like, ultimately, it does come down to the idea of violence, and I do think that there's an attraction level there for women.
Absolutely. What you was about to say? You was about to say something?
Oh, yeah. I said, I think it goes both ways. Like you guys stated earlier that violence is a thing amongst humanity. Both men and women like to watch it. Guys like watching UFC fights and things like that. And I think women, if we want to say like it in men from our ways, is from like leadership and like aggression and like stance.
Yeah,
we submit as like a feminine piece.
Yeah, I agree. I think, I don't know, teach his own, but I think that people are drawn to competitive fervor. I think the love of violence is more societal induced than a natural thing. I don't think people just wake up and born to be drawn to violence. I think people are drawn to who's going to win this competition, who's going to win this argument, who's going to win. I think we're attracted to the spectacle of conflict. I don't think that being in love with violence is a natural inclination that we develop. I think the society that we live in, especially in America, has desensitized us to violence and increased our love for violence. I don't think that's a natural thing, in my opinion.
Well, I think the historic standard would disagree with you. I mean, violence has always been a way of life for humanity, and it's been a necessity. Men need to, and here's the truth, nobody likes to hear this, but the truth is that men have to kill each other. They have to kill each other over resources. They have to kill each other over women. They have to kill each other over children, over defense. And sometimes it's not even clear exactly who's right and who's wrong. But ultimately, it is a part of the nature of living that we used to have to kill for everything. We used to have to kill for our food. We're actually remarkably displaced from violence and death. So, for instance, you go to a funeral, the body's all prepared for you. People used to have to prepare the dead bodies of their kin themselves. You go to the grocery store and the meat is all packaged for you. You don't have to get into the violence of ripping an animal to pieces, quartering it, salting it so that you can have it later. In fact, I would say it's part of this desensitization to or people used to be far more desensitized to violence than they are now. Now you say, well, the media kind of, they show you the John Wick movie and things like this, but I mean, that used to be actually a way of life for people that, the chances that you got through life without hurting somebody else actually weren't very good.
I hear you, but that's two different things. I think what you're talking about is a survival mechanism where you might have to kill to eat. That's one thing. Being attracted to witnessing a spectacle of violence is not the same thing. You don't need to do that. I don't need to watch people kill each other and beat each other up to survive. Now I might have to beat, hold on.
I get what you, go ahead.
I might have to beat somebody up to defend my family. I might have to kill an animal to feed my family. But the love of just watching violence for the sake of violence, I don't think that's natural. And I think those are two separate topics. I think the only thing in common is the act of violence, but watching violence and seeking it out to watch it for recreation and using violence to protect my life and livelihood are two different concepts.
I think I have to give you a strong disagree. So I used to think something similar to this until I started to dive into the philosophy behind violence and the ideas behind it. And ultimately, the truth is that people don't have to get up in a tree stand anymore and shoot deer. They don't have to do that for anywhere in North America. They do it because they really like to kill, right? We do like the process of the kill. We like the process of the hunt. We like the process of taking that down the game. We like the process of standing over it with our foot on it and then holding the head up and giving that predator roar, right? Men love that shit. And
some men like that. Every man don't like that.
You may think that they don't, but they love getting in the boxing ring. They love jacking each other's jaw. Men will beat the holy shit out of each other and then help each other up and show them, the guy that they beat up, how to do it better next time. They'll get into an arena with each other, give each other concussions, and shake each other's hands afterwards and thank the other guy for the pleasure of getting their own face kicked in. No, man, I staunchly disagree. I think that men enjoy the process of violence, that it's in many ways ingrained in us because it's necessary for the existence and survival of humanity. We've simply forgotten that. And so instead we kind of say, we demonize it in a way. We demonize rough play, rowdiness, men attacking each other, things like this. When it used to be very commonplace. I mean, it used to be commonplace when my dad was a kid in school that kids would kick the holy shit out of each other, and the teachers would just come by and be like, all right, now that's enough of that. There wasn't suspensions and jail time and this and that. It was baked into the pie that men needed to sometimes take care of that, right? That's part of who we are and what we do. Now, do I think you should be enslaved to those passions? No. But do I understand why there's an enjoyment level to the hunt, an enjoyment level to the kill, why that would be necessary for humans to have that? Yeah. And so I understand why men and their propensity for violence is somewhat ingrained inside of us.
Yeah. Oh, go ahead. Somebody's gonna say something.
Oh, if you got something to say.
No, go ahead.
I would say like modern time give on like letting out aggression. Yeah, but I think like now compared to the hunt, it would be like sports. It'd be like we have like football. You guys tackle each other all day. Basketball, wrestling, which is a safer version of it. That's more moderated. But I mean, kicking and like drawing blood from someone's quite crazy.
Yeah,
but see, that's the thing. The less moderated it is, though, the more people love it. So, like, yeah, the UFC fight, the cage fight, yeah, that's great. But if you go to, people pay big bucks to go overseas to watch bare knuckle fighting where they don't have those rules, right? Where the violent overtone is even worse. People love violence. And the thing is there's an ingratiation in men to enjoy the process of violence. It's actually ingrained in us for the purpose of survival. And I think that if you're in, if you ever end up in like a World War I situation where you're in the trenches or something like this, you find out real quick your capacity for absolute savagery is way, way worse than you could ever have conceived of. And that's why a lot of those guys don't ever like talking about that. These are kind of war heroes, things like this. It's not just the fact that they have to live with killing lots of people. It's the fact that they have to live with the internal understanding that they were capable of things that they could never have imagined they were capable of.
No, I agree. I mean, I'm from Newark, New Jersey, so I've seen people get murdered all my life, so we're not scared of that. It's just that I think it's a huge difference. I think, first of all, I don't think every man thinks the same. I don't think every culture has the same natural instincts. I think some cultures historically understood the need for, I think when you become a highly developed person, I know red pill men don't like the word spiritual and awareness. I know that's a taboo word, but I'm using it anyway. I think when you get to a certain level of enlightenment as a human being, you understand there's a time and place for everything. And I think an evolved person, regardless of race, realizes that violence has a purpose. It's not a way of life. I think you use violence when it's needed, when you need to defeat someone, when you need to kill something for survival, but I don't think every man throughout the whole planet from every race enjoys the act of just murderous acts. I don't think every man believes that. I think some cultures do. I don't think that's every culture. That's just my opinion.
I think we're in the luxury of, we have this great luxury of civilization where we're so displaced again for these things like even basic death, not having to prepare the bodies of our own loved ones, things like we're completely displaced from the process. Because of that, it kind of screws our hardwiring up. But the truth is like, why wouldn't it be ingrained in you to enjoy the process of violence? If you had to kill animals to eat, right, why wouldn't it be ingrained in you to enjoy that process? If you didn't enjoy the process, if you hated the process, it would actually go against your own survival mechanism.
No,
right?
that's not true. That's not true, though, because it's cultures that before they kill the animal, they would take, like, I'm gonna use, thank you. Sorry. They realize that this is a necessity. I don't even want to use this example, but I'm gonna use it because it's simple. Let's go to the Lion King. He was talking to Simba and said, hey, he said, those are the antelope. He said, but Dad, don't we eat the antelope? He said, yes, but it's all a part of a circle of life. It's a cycle. So it's one thing to praise violence, and it's another thing to understand violence is a necessity, but it's not a lifestyle. It's still a life that was given for us to live. So it's not what you do, it's how you do it. Just because I have to kill to eat doesn't mean I enjoy to see the life go out of one of God's creatures.
It's actually an interesting thing that you bring up. Like the Lion King, for instance. The Lion King is an attempt to replicate civilization. He's a king in a kingdom, in a civilization where there's rules, there's land, there's borders, there's honor, there's all of this other constructed human stuff. But here's how it actually is with lions. They fucking kill everything that they don't like that looks at them cross-eyed, and they tear them limb from limb. They don't give a shit. They don't think twice about it. They absolutely play with their food, right? And sometimes they'll just kill for the sport of killing. They don't care.
Absolutely.
And the thing is that, again, what Disney did there was it anthropomorphized these animals into a human civilization, into a human cultural kingdom where there's all these rules in society and this and that. The truth is, though, lions absolutely enjoy the hunt. Humans absolutely enjoy the hunt. People absolutely enjoy the process of savagery and the process of violence, because otherwise it would not be good for our survival. It just wouldn't be good for us, honestly.
I don't think humans enjoy it. I think humans been programmed to enjoy it, but The Lion King wasn't a documentary on lions. They were just using lions to portray a movie that affects people. So it wasn't a nature doc. They were just using lions to explain a human story. It's really,
I understand. I'm just saying.
Hold on, let me finish, bro, because you interrupted me. It's based on the Osirian drama, which is an ancient Egyptian story. Scar represented Set, Mufasa represented Osiris, and I believe Simba represented Heru. So it really had nothing to do with lions per se. They just was using lions to portray a ancient motif. So like I said, we all come from different backgrounds. We all come from different cultures, historically and current. When we speak from our perspective and try to make it seem like that's everybody, I don't think that's a productive perspective. You can do it, anybody can do it. I just wouldn't do it, because I know that there's a time in most advanced people. Let's study the Asian community. When you look at those monks, and you look at those Shaolin monks, they will kill you with their bare hands, but they some of the most peaceful people you can meet. They'll tell you that discipline is not because we love violence. It's a discipline for a spiritual, more enlightened perspective to understand, to enhance one's personal growth and attunement with the world around them. They're not going around just beating the shit out of people when they're probably the most violent, probably the most well-equipped men for violence, but they don't walk around looking for that. So I don't believe that everybody just enjoys to see something bleed out. I think some cultures do, not everybody, and it's proven that. And the only reason why you see it so much today is because the dominant society, the culture that we live in that controls films, that controls these things, they try to keep this country at a low vibrational state, because more problems creates more profit for people that benefit from problems. But I don't think people in their natural state get a hard-on from seeing blood drip out of somebody's body. But some cultures do.
Well, it's interesting that you bring up monks, for instance, because the idea of the warrior monk is as ancient as monkdom itself, and that the process of enlightenment can't even happen in many of these forms of monkdom. For instance, Japanese monks who had a class of warrior monk, and same thing with China that has a class of warrior monk. They actually do not displace the idea that violence is innately enjoyable, only that these passions must be enslaved to work for you. Not that it's not enjoyable to kick the holy shit out of each other, because clearly it is. Monks enjoy it, and why wouldn't they enjoy it? Boxers enjoy it. Warrior monks have always enjoyed it. The samurai enjoyed it. Templar knights were a form of warrior monk. They also, inside of their own codes, talked about how violence is enjoyable for men, but how you had to enslave that passion. None of these people rejected violence as being enjoyable. Only that you couldn't give yourself over to that enjoyment as a passion, because if you did, it would enslave you like any other passion would, like gluttony would, like greed would, like any of these different things. But that doesn't really make a good argument for you, I think, that violence is not something which men enjoy, because it very clearly is something we enjoy, and the process of it is something we enjoy. Does that mean you become enslaved to it? No.
Okay, but the fact you have to
I think it's enjoyable, though.
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
No, go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, I'm finished. That's all I was going to say.
No, but I hear you, and I respect it. But like I said, the fact that they have to temper it shows you that it's something that shouldn't take over you. A lot of us have natural, we humans, we got a lot of dark sides, but that doesn't mean it's supposed to take over you. A lot of people like to have sex all the time. Like, is that cool?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
That
So
would
you
be
have
a
to
passion
temper
that would
certain
need to
things.
be, yeah, right, but we would agree they like to have sex, right? So the thing is like, that's what's in dispute. What's in dispute is not whether or not you should enslave yourself to the passion of violence, or you should enslave yourself to the passion of sex. What's in kind of what the argument here is whether or not men, the capacity of men is to enjoy violence itself, and it very clearly is. And
Okay.
that's what my point is that it very clearly is so that men enjoy the process of violence. They enjoy the process of the hunt. They enjoy the process of the kill. They enjoy those things because it innately assists them with survival mechanisms. And it innately assists women in survival mechanisms to note that the man who's really good at violence probably can give them maximum amounts of resources because why? They can take shit from other men with violence, right? So there's many reasons why these intersexual dynamics around violence are really important. I just think that the process of it's very clear that men enjoy violence and women too.
Okay.
Okay, so what I have to say is I've recently, over the past 10 weeks, I've gotten into Krav Maga, which is it's Israeli.
Yeah, it's an Israeli martial art.
Yes, and it's based off of defending yourself in real world events rather than martial arts fighting in a cage or something like that. And there is something that's even invigorating and that I love about it, the fact that I know if someone came and attacked me, that I could likely handle myself.
Well, hold on.
And
How tall are you?
to me that's attractive.
How tall are you?
I'm 4'9". I'm 4'10".
How much do you weigh?
100 pounds.
When you say you could handle somebody who, you're talking about a woman.
I can pick up a 180-pound man and throw him on his back.
But
Yeah. I swear to you. I can take a knife from a guy. I can take a gun from a guy. Yeah.
Wait, so, maybe it might help you against a woman of similar size or a really small, weak man. 180-pound man, even if he's untrained, I don't care how good your Krav Maga is, you're fucked.
But that's the thing. That's the thing. You get that guy on the ground, right? You knock him on the ground, and then you either bail out of there because that's safest.
You think you can? Here, wait, Morgan. You want to be a guinea pig?
I know. I don't want to hurt anybody.
Oh, she doesn't want to hurt anybody.
No, I'll do it though. It'll hurt.
You want to be a
I'll
guinea
tell you
pig?
right now that gentleman who's in that room with you right now.
What's that?
If that gentleman who's in the room with you right now could literally hold you down. He could hold you down on the ground with one hand while still enjoying a hot bowl of soup, and there isn't a fucking thing on earth you could do about it.
But there is tactical moves. There is tactical moves where you can get out of things and then bail, and that's the whole point.
I think
is get out tactically and bail.
I appreciate your confidence, but I think that a lot of hypotheticals got to happen for you to even get him in that position. Because not to be funny, but you're small, so if a man hits you hard enough, it's a wrap. You're not gonna have a chance to even get to all that because of the initial force that he can use. You're smaller. I could literally just pick you up like this. So it's you probably can do it if you catch me in a position where I'm kind of in a vulnerable position. But if if a man got to square with you,
well, hold on. Let's try it.
I'm not.
Well, here's the proposal. We'll give her the best position. We'll let you sink in a rear naked chokehold on Eric.
Who's Eric?
Right here. Hello.
Is that Eric? I didn't know his name was Eric. Hello, Eric. I'm Winter.
It's going on.
So you have.
You want to grapple?
So no, it'll be right here. So here's the proposal. You said you can have. He's giving you the best position. You have him in a rear naked choke. You have his back. You have his neck. Do you think he'll be able to escape from your chokehold?
Yeah.
Oh.
Wait.
What? So even with
if he knows how, he seems like he seems like he can do that.
Have you done Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu or? He has no training. He's got zero training. He didn't even take a karate kid. Hold on. He didn't even take a karate class in fucking when he was 7.
I don't know nothing.
Have you ever been in a fight?
Of course.
All right, I haven't learned that yet, but I'm willing to give it a shot.
Well, I'll do it.
You're trained to do that though.
Do you want to do it?
You could try. Go ahead. I'll sit here. Go ahead. Don't choke me though.
She's gonna put you in a chokehold.
I don't think she's gonna.
I haven't done this kind before, but I'm gonna.
Just go ahead.
I'm gonna try to get the leverage.
All right.
Don't hurt him.
Just sit right here.
Don't hurt him. Don't knock him out.
All right.
Okay, so you wanna palm it different. Don't put your thumb like that. Palm it, otherwise you're gonna hurt your thumb. So I'm gonna get you.
Wow.
Is this allowed? What the?
Nah, you can't do it.
Gil!
You too little.
Oh, get up!
You too little. I got it. It's over. It's over. It's over. Let it go.
Kick him in the face. Or the balls. No, don't kick him in the balls. Don't kick him in the balls.
It's over. Stop. You can't do it.
Stop. What are you doing?
No, you told me stop. It ain't over till it's over.
You're not really playing.
It ain't over till it's
I could
over.
have killed you just now, Shorty.
What the?
I could have killed, and you hit me in my shit. Really.
I mean, in real life,
You're not fucking dead.
What the fuck?
Your first
In
Krav
real
Maga
life.
lesson was just free.
I
Congratulations.
would've threw you that fucking
Yeah,
window.
well,
real life,
well,
you have
well,
You
what
kicked
was
me in
his
my
lesson?
shit.
Bro, what the
Absolutely
fuck?
I didn't know she was gonna do all that.
Was that the lesson?
I don't know, but you
how to
kicked-
obliterate a
fucking
chick in
Kicked me
5
in my
seconds?
shit. I don't know what made you do that, cause I was just playing with you. Like you really kicked me in my balls. Like I could really fuck
Well,
you.
I
could really fuck you up.
apologize, but you told me you said I
I
couldn't do
said
it.
don't choke me. I gave you a chance, but even with you all that shit, you would have got killed right there, shorty. You had no power, and you hit me in my most
But
sensitive
you-
region.
So which one is it? Do you want her to put all
No,
the
I
way
just
through,
want her-
or you don't
in
hurt
a
me?
friendly, in a
I wanted her
Yeah.
to just show me.
I'm
bruh,
like,
she
are we
did
going
too
all the
much.
way? Not going all the
She
way.
did too much, man. But she still didn't do it though. So
Doing too much, but not doing nothing.
Yeah,
She kicked
if
me
you're
in my
sparring
shit.
with somebody, you don't hit them in the
you
fucking.
kicked me in my shit hard as hell. Like,
Pretty
what
scummy.
the fuck is wrong
Pretty
with you?
scummy.
Yeah, well,
Evade and escape.
You didn't escape nothing. You was one of you was man.
Because you told me to stop.
Like,
kicked
just
me
so
in
you
my
understand, the second he stood up, right,
It was
you looked
over.
like a baby doll in his
Well,
hand.
yeah, I haven't
If he had
learned
wanted- hang
those
on,
yet.
If he had wanted to, and listen, I promise, if he had wanted to, he could have peeled you off and thrown you across the room with so much force as to have your soul have left your body instantly.
Sorry about
Not
Yeah,
kidding.
you owe me for that shit. She kicked me in my
What the
joint, bro. Hard as hell too, and I ate that shit. So imagine if I really wanted to fight you. Like imagine if I really would have like swung, you would have been done.
Done.
And I don't even talk like that. I got a daughter, I got a mother. I don't believe in violence. I don't believe in hitting young women and ladies. We don't do none of that shit. I thought this was an exhibition.
shit.
But you kicked me in my shit. Like
You
if I
kicked-
really,
you
wanted
kicked
to
him
hurt
in
you,
his shit.
you wouldn't have made it out of that room. I'm
The
telling
fuck?
you. Nobody in here would have been able to save you either.
What the?
You almost
and
got
I-
a hammer
and I'm
fist
an
to the
amateur.
face
I'm an
too, but they
amateur. I don't know how
stopped
to do
me.
that.
Hey, did
shit.
you hear that? You almost caught a hammer fist to the face.
But they stopped me. Yeah.
What if I would have reacted a little bit?
Oh,
I didn't do
God.
nothing but just get you off me. With all that Cro-Magnon, whatever the fuck you was talking about, you was on your back.
Why didn't you react?
Because you're a woman and you're this big. You're the size of a
Well,
banana.
Andrew, let's get you in on this. We know you love this one about men and
Andrew,
women
you seen that.
fighting each other.
Andrew, you seen that. If I wanted to hurt her, could she have done anything based on the position I had her in?
Listen.
But what do you think? Would it have been okay for
That's why
him?
he laughing. Yo, you could have got destroyed, bro.
Just so you know, I need to dispel this delusion. I'm going to tell you what happened. I just watched the whole thing. Okay? What happened is you used your force for a perfect position rear naked choke. Okay? If I had that position on Brian, for instance, I could choke Brian out in seconds. Okay? I mean, most men could, by the way, if they had that perfect
Yeah,
position.
if you
what
have the
happened
position.
is you had the perfect position. He lifted you up off the ground, and he stood up as easily as if he was picking up a small McDonald's Happy Meal. Okay? He peeled you off of him, and your arm strength was so insufficient that he was able to turn your entire body so you were in the front of him. Had he wanted to, right then and there, right, using no punches, kicks, anything, okay, he could have just grabbed your body, thrown you as hard as he felt like at the wall, and that would have been the end of you. You need to understand strength differentials.
Finito.
Strength differentials are huge between men and women. Your Krav Maga only did you as much service as he allowed it to do for you, which was he was very kind, very nice. He just basically peeled you off of him lightly and put you down so that as to make sure that you were in no way and no capacity harmed or hurt. He was very gentle, very nice.
cup.
Right? He was very gentle.
You need to
very
wear a
nice.
cup on whatever podcast.
see.
I see what you're saying. I am under no delusion that I can take on Conan the Barbarian, you
So,
know?
do you
But there
think-
is tactical moves. Like once it comes to the ground, there's tactical
There's
moves
nothing- no,
where
even-
you can escape.
You would
God.
have got killed in here,
There's
man.
if he got you on the ground, no, you're done.
So if she stabbed him while he on the ground,
Nah,
or
that's
like kicked him in the balls like she was
all
in
she
the
did-
actual like.
She did.
hold on,
And then
hold
it
on.
changed.
But was that full force?
Hold
I
on.
don't think that was full force.
It was not. At
You
all.
think I
This
used
guy was
No,
this guy
she's
was
saying when she hit your
10%.
private.
Same.
And I wasn't
What do you mean? No, it was
100%.
50%.
That was
I
just
used,
jumping
but
up and
listen,
doing it.
I didn't use anything.
Delusional,
I didn't use
bro.
anything.
Fucking-
You use your best shit. What if I would have got mad?
No,
I
I'm saying evade
I
and
would have slammed you
escape.
through that wall.
Hold on.
You would have went through that.
One sec.
that bookshelf.
One sec.
I'm telling you.
One sec.
$200. Now this is entertainment. A 90-pound crackhead trying to choke out a man Lamau.
Oh wait, we got something else coming. Yo, Metro Matt, thank you, man. Hey, we're about to get a little treat though, because
Say
we
no to
got a little
drugs.
treat from our good friends.
Champagne time.
It's champagne.
I need a drink.
Wait, what's
I need a
Can you
fucking
get it?
drink.
Can you get it?
Can you
This
give
poor-
it to the poor guy so you can ice his balls?
Yeah, can we get some?
Now, I'll give you some credit.
What?
A midget or some shit?
One sec.
You'll
one
fuck
sec.
him up.
How did you
Disappointing.
do
Pop.
that without it coming out?
He didn't shake it or nothing.
It's really funny too, Brian. Do you note that when Eric stood up, he stood up very carefully,
Very
in
carefully.
such a way as to not hurt anybody. He repositioned her in such a way to not hurt her, to put her down so that she didn't get hurt.
You peeped that. You peeped that, right?
Very, very gentle. Let me tell you how this would actually work. If I grabbed Eric behind and tried to put him in a chokehold, he'd throw his head back, bash my nose in, right? And then we would be fist fighting all over the room, and it would go very badly for one of us, right? Probably me, because he's much larger than me. The point is that he was very gentle, very gently stood up, very gently.
I
You gotta
didn't
think.
notice that.
Very gently put you down. It was very kind of Eric.
He was
I'd
at like
say-
he was
look-
like at his power level was like 10%.
I've been trading for like 9 weeks, man.
She's new.
Dude, I don't
I'm
care.
brand new.
Hold on.
You know?
Hold
I
on.
never trained.
wait.
I just got busy. I
But
ain't
you're a
trained.
man.
Hold on.
Exactly.
No. Hold
You
on.
know?
Hold on. I don't care if you're the best Krav Maga, the #1 Krav Maga. You got your black belt in Krav Maga, in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, in boxing. And Eric here, maybe he has a white belt in karate from when he was 7. He's still killing you within 30 seconds.
'Cause you gotta
I
think.
don't, like, he's bigger than you, and he's a man, and he's stronger than you. Sorry.
Cause you gotta think, right? If this is a real fight,
Who
as soon
wants
as somebody
champagne?
gets on my back like that,
Awesome.
I would have just got up and shoved myself backwards, slamming you into whatever behind me. So so it would have been ugly.
Pass it down.
Oh, pass the bottle down.
Very,
No,
very,
pass-
very
pass the
gentle.
That's why it's like that wasn't really a real world scenario, you know? So
Yeah, I feel like it was very
You really
gentle
kicked me
for
in my
this
shit.
scenario.
I feel like it was stereo.
I don't
I
think
feel like she was on
Agenda
purpose.
That shit
Like,
hurts.
it probably
Crazy,
just
man.
happened.
like she
Absolutely
did other
crazy.
stuff.
Ridiculous.
My boy could take a shot though.
He took a shot, man. He took a
He
shot.
took a mean one.
Oh, okay. She pass that one down for me. Wait, what? So Moi, thank you so much for the champagne pop. W's in the chat for, I don't know if I'm saying your thing right. It's MUIYE2. I'll just call you 2. So thank you for that, man. Really appreciate the champagne. We desperately needed a champagne pop, especially after Eric. He needs a little. He needs this to dull the
happy
pain.
ending. Fuck
he,
that.
He needs alcohol to dull the pain, and then this is going to.
Cheers,
I didn't know.
everybody.
Hold on. You're not the fucking host.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
Wait, not you.
God damn.
I am
Trying
sorry.
to steal my fucking
Got it
cheers.
She juiced up now.
Stealing my shit, bruv. Okay. Who has the alcohol? Okay. All right. Cheers to Moi for the champagne pop, and also cheers
Cheers to Moi.
Stop. Oh my God. Cheers to Eric's balls. Okay.
Yeah.
Salud. Salud.
Salute.
Y'all funny.
You need an ice pack or anything? Are they gonna?
Nah, I'm
okay?
straight, man. We good.
Okay. Okay. All right. Well, let's read a couple chats here. The couple chats came through. Actually, wait. No, we still need to talk about the whole 100-pound 4'9".
It's 410.
Sorry. My bad. 410.
Yeah.
410. Excuse me. Wait. So do you think you could like? You think you could like fuck up? What percentage of men do you think you could fuck up in like a 1v1 fight?
Well, it depends on what it was, right? Like, okay, best case scenario, what percentage of men Do I think that I could fuck up?
with your Krav Maga skills?
Even if I got even way better with Krav Maga, black belt as Krav Maga, 10% of men.
Sounds a little more reasonable, I guess.
I think you'll fuck a girl. I think you'll beat a girl up though. I think a
skinny
chick gonna have a long day with you.
I mean, you got 2 girls right now. Any girls here? You guys?
Nah, I
wanna...
would never, unless they wanted to.
No, only if they want to. But she will kick you in the pussy. Okay.
Oh, wow.
No, I won't. That I mean, that's different.
Does that hurt to y'all when y'all got hit?
Carolyn is way too high.
It hurt. Yeah.
The tit hurts
that.
more than the thing.
The tit?
Yeah,
Getting
like
punched in the tit?
Yeah.
You've been punched in the titty before? Yeah.
It hurts
the
for
left
like
or
a
the right?
while, yeah.
Or both?
It was
You've been
so long
punched
ago.
in both titties?
It was like play fighting and like it just went left and boom, I got hit kind of hard.
Bob, man.
No.
Oh.
No.
Yeah.
It's play fighting with
Another
a
girl.
Yeah.
Yeah. Was it an uppercut or like a jab?
It was more like a jab, yeah. And
Okay.
it kind of like hit the
'Cause I
side.
feel like
so
uppercut-
it's like there's this meat,
You know, like
and
a-
that meat
a
hurts when it
titty
gets, like,
uppercut.
hit. Oh Jesus, no.
I feel like that's gonna.
That probably wouldn't hurt.
Would
as
that
much,
like
'cause I
end
can
up
catch
hitting you in
stuff
the
with my
face?
boobs.
Depends
Like,
how
does
old
the-
the chick is, right? Like,
Yeah.
It's
if
like
the boob's gonna.
it's a part of the boob that's very very sensitive, and I feel like the bottom. It's not the bottom. It's more like
it's the side.
yeah.
So like a hook.
Yeah.
You know, a hook.
Yeah, it hurts a lot more.
I see. Yeah.
It does.
There should be like a boob boxing class where the
I could
instead
actually
of
crack a can
pads,
with my
you're
boob.
just
I've done it
you're
before.
just punching the shit out of a giant,
Yes.
a woman
My
with
boob
giant.
Johnson class, BBC.
It could be, I don't know.
Yeah,
All right.
I mean, not crush.
Ridiculous.
Not crush the can. It's like a movie.
So it's a weapon.
Anissa, do you want to go next or?
I'm okay.
Anissa.
Okay, hang on. Ladies, can we get a round of applause real quick for Eric for being a good sport? He was a super good sport.
Good sport.
Round of applause.
I
man.
apologize sincerely.
Thank you. 'cause you
I
fucked me up.
sincerely apologize.
I think what happened there is like even when we, because she kept going when you said like chill.
Y'all heard me say that was assault.
I
said
it
chill.
was.
I said chill real loud, like I got
I
it. It's
told her
over.
stop. I told her to stop back there.
Yeah,
You got caught up in the
I
moment.
got a little bit
She
caught
saw,
up.
She saw red, dude. She
I
saw
did.
red.
You saw a red hat. I
Saw
don't know what
red,
the
she
fuck
saw
else you
red.
was doing. You wasn't doing shit.
Do you think there was like a racism component?
Oh,
I don't
come
know.
on.
Choke him.
I don't know. I don't know. It felt,
I don't know. She
I
kind
don't
of has
know.
a southern accent. I feel like there could have been like a racism.
Oh no.
Oh, no.
I'm just saying. You know what I mean? Okay. All right.
She went red. She didn't black out for a minute.
I don't know.
Sorry.
I don't know. It was a little bit of what I would consider excessive force. You know, there could have been this
Was
element.
I
of
assaulted?
it,
Was
right?
I just assaulted?
I think you might have been, yeah.
Have I been Me Too? Or some shit?
Yeah. Well, you wouldn't be the first one.
But
in the
I
studio
think-
who has
Oh
this.
shit.
I think you were definitely, like, if I was just a woman in rage and that wasn't, like,
That was like some 35 years of pent
then,
up.
like, you
It
would
felt-
have,
it
that
felt
would have been
like
a
that-
different outcome.
You know what? I think what just happened.
What happened?
I think
she
that
kinda turned it on.
celibacy kicked in just now when she was trying to whoop my ass.
That's
think you
right.
just-
I had my leg
think-
around your neck
I think it's
and-
time to get them cobwebs
Did you get
cleared out.
excited? You got
You just kicked the
excited?
fuck out of me.
Yeah, that's what it was about.
I think you backed. Yeah, I think you backed up.
Yeah.
I think you need your pipes cleaned out. 'Cause you got too excited. Like that shit was crazy.
That's crazy.
Damn.
Only on whatever, man. Watch out. You might get kicked in the balls.